Hi makeup friends, I wanted to do this video. It is for beginners who are now starting in makeup and also some of you seasoned makeup friends. This comes from, I've been on some makeup pages and there are girls who are now getting into makeup, and the frequent question will be asked, what brushes do I get? What should I use? What should I put where? So, and then a lot of the times the reply would be, oh, well, just get a brush kit or get a brush roll. And most of the time, the brushes that are in that brush roll is not sufficient enough to do your face. So if it is you're looking to buy some brushes, I want to show you the different kinds that you can purchase. All my brushes are locally purchased here in Trinidad. You can find all of these brushes are readily available at any one of our local stores, and I'll indicate to you where I purchased what. So I'll try to go in order of face of how I do my makeup. So after you put on your primer, it's time for foundation. Now, some people use a beauty blender, some people use a blending sponge, and that's fine. But I prefer to use a stippling brush, a flat top brush. This makes me feel like when I dot on my foundation and I'm ready to blend it out, I can get a good airbrushed sort of look. So my number one brush, now this brush is pricey, but I'm going to give you two cheaper alternatives. I picked up this brush. It's a Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. I picked up this brush from Starlight Pharmacy in Maraval upstairs. Now upstairs Starlight Pharmacy in Maraval, there are high-end products. There's Sigma, there's OCC, there's Calvin Klein, there's any high-end items, makeup items or perfume that you're looking for. It is sold upstairs in Starlight Pharmacy. Now I have seen other makeup items, but I haven't been there for a little while, so you will have to go check it out and see what else. I did pay $2.75 for this brush, but it is awesome. You dot on your foundation, you blend it in, done. This brush is my number one go-to foundation brush. After that, I'm going to give you two cheaper alternatives, both from Real Techniques. Real Techniques can be purchased from Starlight Pharmacy. There's one in Maraval and one in Diego Martin. And it can also be purchased from Superfarm, and there are Superfarm locations all over Trinidad. So the second alternative to that Sigma brush is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Now this face brush is a little smaller than this one, and it takes a little more time to blend in your makeup, but because it is so tightly packed, it's really nice. It does the same kind of, it will give you the same kind of effect on your face. So this one maybe $60 or under, and then the second option from Real Techniques is the stippling brush. So I did purchase both of these from Starlight Pharmacy. Real Technique brushes are awesome. They will last you forever. You just wash them, keep them good. So these are the second option. After that, then you need to, after I put on my foundation, I put on concealer. And most of the time I use the concealer that already has a brush tip or one, so I put it on under my eye. And then what you will need after that is a blending sponge. Now some people blend it in with their finger, some people use a brush, but I find when you use a brush it comes out a bit streaky. So I have these two options to show you. Both were purchased from Starlight Pharmacy. This one is $25 and it is fantastic, and this one is a Real Techniques blending sponge, and I heard it's the closest dupe that you can get to the beauty blender. So you can also try to put on your foundation with this. When you're going to Wonderful World, their blending sponges are $40 and over. But if you're going to spend $40, it's better you get the Real Technique sponge, or if you're looking for something cheaper, you buy this one. So I use this to blend in my concealer anywhere if I have marks or under my eyes. So you need to get a blending sponge. After I use my blending sponge, you need to set your concealer. And I use this Real Techniques. This is called a setting brush, and it is specifically made to set your concealer. You can use any other fluffy type brush that will be small enough to fit under your eyes. So this is another option. You can just use, this is just to put on your powder under your eyes. You can use banana powder, you can use Sasha buttercup powder, you can use regular loose powder, regular face powder, anything to set your concealer so your concealer does not move. After I set my concealer, then I go ahead and powder my face. Now sometimes if I'm going out and it's going to be a long day, I use a powder puff, and then I would go ahead and use a very fluffy brush and dust away the excess. Most times what I am doing now is taking a very short, dense brush like this one, dipping it into my powder, tapping it off, and then I stipple the powder onto my face. Because I am very oily, my oil comes through earlier than other people. So I will stipple this on with the powder and done. If you want, after you've used this, you can use a big fluffy brush like this and dust away the excess. If you're not very oily, you can use a regular powder brush like this and just dip it and pass the powder on your face. So you can use these, you can use a sponge just to set your powder on your face. After I do my powder, I do my blush, and this is a Real Techniques blush brush. Most of these Real Techniques brushes are maybe $75 or under. Some of them are very cheap, some of them are $75, and you could get the kit, which is like 4 brushes in one for like $130 at Starlight or at Superfarm. So I use this one. Look how fluffy this brush is. This is very good if you have very pigmented blushes that you do not want to pack on a lot of color. So I just dip, tap, and then brush on my blush. There are cheaper options like this Color one. Color can be found in Pennywise, Color can be found in Wonderful World. Cheaper option, so you need a blush brush. Then, if you are into contouring, I recently purchased this e.l.f. contour brush, and look at how this is perfect for getting right into the cheekbone to carve out a very good contour. Other than that, I do not use this brush for blush. I use this brush for contouring. If I am just going to run errands. If I am going out for dinner or somewhere really nice, I will use a specific contour brush for that. Other than that, you just get a very small blush brush. You suck in your cheeks and you go right around those lines, around your hairline and under your jaw. Contour brush. Then the last bit of important brushes I would say that you need are eye brushes. Now you do need a brush to put on, to pack on color on the lid, and you do need a good blending brush to blend out any harsh lines, to blend out your smoky eye, to blend out your crease and all of that. So now the best eyeshadow brushes that I have ever used, believe it or not, are from e.l.f. And I do have more expensive ones. I do have Real Techniques, I do have Sonia Kashuk and all of that. But these e.l.f. brushes are the best eyeshadow brushes that I have ever tried. And these are like $12. This holds on to the color so well so that you could just pack it onto your lid. Fantastic. This one is from the studio line, this one is from the regular line, and they are equally fantastic. These e.l.f. brushes are very good. I also have a small one from Real Techniques, but it is very tiny in comparison to the e.l.f. one, and in my opinion, the e.l.f. one is better than the Real Techniques shadow brush. After that, now I do have, I also have a blending brush from e.l.f. So you see how it is rounded, so it fits right up in the crease there for you to blend it out. So this is an e.l.f. brush, and then I also have one from Color, and it is named a crease brush. This one is a little easier to work with than the e.l.f. one. This one is really nice, right? I also have a very large one. This came in a set that I did purchase, and this is also good for blending out too, but I prefer these because they're a little more precise. And then I do have one from my Naked Do palette. It came with a shader brush on one end, and then this blending brush on this crease brush on the other side. I really like this because it's big. I can blend away easily. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I did do it in order of how I would normally do my face. I hope this is helpful for you, for those of you that are now getting into makeup, or even if it can help some of you that are already into makeup, maybe try a different brush. Sometimes we find our foundation and our powder and all of that isn't going on how we like. maybe change up the technique, change if you're using a brush and the brush isn't working for you with a specific foundation, change your brush to a blending sponge. If you're using a blending sponge and it's giving you trouble, try a brush. Try and switch up these things all the time. I know I do. And I do find that certain techniques work better with different foundations. For instance, if I am using my Maybelline Matte and Poreless, it goes on better with this. If I am using my L'Oreal True Match, I might try a blending sponge. So I hope this gives you guys some ideas. I hope this was helpful. I hope it gave you some insight. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you. Bye.